Hi everyone. Hopefully I am audible to you. So welcome you all to another session of data analytics. This side Abhipsha Guha, and today we are going to start with this session with about like starting with cell referencing, going about understanding the different types of cell referencing. Then we will go ahead and understand about the index and the match function and how they can be used together. And thereafter, we will move ahead and see how we can handle the missing values. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's just go ahead with the session accordingly. So before that, let me just share my screen. Yeah. So hopefully my screen is visible to you people. So this we will be discussing first. So first we are supposed to discuss about cell referencing because relative referencing is a type of cell referencing that we will be understanding. So let's take a sheet, new sheet basically. Okay, fine. And we are going to name it as referencing, cell referencing. Okay. So let's just zoom it. Yeah. Hopefully things are visible to you, right? So now we will discuss about cell referencing in Excel. So cell referencing is actually the way Excel identifies and uses a specific cell or a range of the cell in any of the formula and stuff, right? So as you know, like when we are moving here, like suppose this is a specific cell. So it does contain a specific name, right? So this is a specific, there is a specific name. So this is the name bar where you are getting the name of each of the cell like this. So this is six G6 cells because it contains the column G and the row number is 6, right? So the name is G6. Coming down here, the name is coming down as E3. So the E is the column name and 3 is the row name. So the name of the this specific cell is coming down to E3, right? Now, if I'm going from here to here, so we are going from E3 to going down E10, right? So this is how the naming happens. So this is a specific part of cell referencing. Now going ahead with relative referencing. What is relative referencing? Relative referencing like changes when it is actually getting copied. Basically, if you need to understand about referencing, what is specifically relative referencing. So a relative referencing, we can say it is a actually, it is a type of cell referencing that actually changes automatically, right? When it actually changes automatically when you are copying or moving the formula to another cell, right? So this is all about the relative referencing. So let's just see it. What exactly is relative reference? So here you can see this data set. It contains the specific month. It contains the total revenue, total expense, and the net income. Okay. So, yes, hopefully, guys, I am audible and my screen is visible to you. So, let's just go ahead. So, this is the month, this is the total revenue, this is expense, and we are supposed to get the net income. So, how we will be getting the net income? So, we just need to subtract the total revenue with the total expense. So, if sorry, subtracting, if we are subtracting the like total expense from total revenue, we will get the result that is actually our net income. So how we will be doing that? So here we will be using equal to going down to total revenue minus going down to total expense. Now hitting enter, we have got the value accurately. So now just going here like this, we have got the values accordingly. So let's just format this first, like alignment I need to change. And now here you can say the data is going from here, like it is changing based or like it is coming up accurately. So 45, it is around 4 lakh 50,000. Here its total expenses 3 lakh 20,000. So net income that is coming up, that is around 1 lakh 30,000, right? So this is how the data is coming accordingly. So now let's check it further, like what's the formula that is getting used. So we'll use control tilt. So once we have used control tilt, now you can see that the value. So here we have used the cell number C4. This blue color you can see that C4 is written in blue and this cell is also highlighted using blue color. Coming down to D4, C3 is divided by, sorry, is subtracted by, not divided by. C3 is subtracted did by D4. C4 is subtracted did by D4. Okay, not C3, not D3. It's C4. You can easily see what it is written. C4 is subtracted by D4, right? So now when we are moving down to this cell, you can see it is changing to C5 minus D5. C5, this is C5 and this is D5, right? So you can see the values are getting changed accordingly. So this is what about relative reference. So a relative reference is basically we are saying like this way that it actually changes automatically when we are copying or moving the formula to one another cell. So since we have used this cell for writing our formula, but when we are moving down to this cell or this cell, the formula is accurately changing. So we have taken total revenue minus total expense. So we are getting the value like this and like the formula like this. And accordingly, when we are copying it down to the next cell, the formula is changing accordingly, right? So now coming down here again, so you can get the exact values accordingly. So as discussed, relative reference is the kind of cell reference that actually changes automatically when we are copying or moving the formula to another cell, right? So it actually adjusts automatically. Like it doesn't always point to the original cell that we are taking. So when we are dragging it down, it is actually adjusting itself and changing so that we are getting the exact result. Okay. So basically, the change that is coming automatically. So when you are just copying a formula to another cell, the cell reference move relative to the new location. Okay. And the default type of the reference that is coming, like default type of reference, that is a very important key part up here. That is, while we are writing, suppose A1 in the formula, it makes it to the relative reference by default. Like if you are checking with this, like here by default we have written C4 and D4, but when it is changing, it is taking the the default type of the reference. It is taking the default type as the reference that it is going. So the formula, it actually makes it a relative reference by default. Okay, so this is a relative reference. It actually saves time. Else, if we have to go down to each of the cell and write down the formula like one by one, like that, right? Next, coming down, we have the absolute reference. So, what is absolute reference? We need to discuss about this, right? So, absolute reference actually it stays fixed. It stays fixed. Now, suppose we have taken the percentage, let's just delete it. Okay, fine. So we have deleted it. Now, suppose we have the name of the student, the total score of the student, and we have got the maximum marks to be 100, and we want the percentage of the student. Like, what is the percentage of marks that the student has got, right? So, how we can do it? Of course, we will be just dividing this with this. That will give us the percentage, right? Because we have only one single subject, so there is no issue. We just need to divide this with this, will give us the percentage. So how we will be writing the formula? Equal to this cell divided by this C4, right? We'll hit enter. So we have got the value as 78%, right? So now let's just copy it down for the other cells. Once we have copied it down for other cell, you can see we are getting the value as 78. That is correct. But here for 92 marks out of 100, it's showing 118 percent. Next 71%, 135%, right? So that doesn't seem accurate, right? Let's just take it to the formula. So here you can see the formula. So we are getting each of the cells divided by C4. Next, again, this cell is divided by 78. This cell is divided by C3. Like this is C6, sorry, not C3, C6. And the value is 92. So this value is divided by this value is divided by C6, right? So that's why the result is coming up like that. So that is not correct, right? So we need to fix it. So how we can fix it? Because this 100 should be fixed for each of this we are taking. So this 100 value should be fixed. So we'll just fix this using fn with function with f4, right? So now this has got fixed and now let's just put enter. So here we will be just putting ahead and you can see the values has changed accordingly. So now we will be just using the alignment correct. Now you can see that the values are coming accordingly. 78 out of 100, 78%, 92 out of 100, 92%, 63 out of 100, 65 out of 100, 65%. Like this, it is moving. So this is all about the absolute referencing. So absolute referencing means when the value we are calling, it stays fixed. So here, if you now go ahead with the formulas, you can see that C4, that is this cell is actually fixed, right? So this blue color is this cell and this red color is specific to this cell. Coming down, this cell has changed, but this value has not changed. This cell has stayed as it is, right? So coming down. So this value, you can see that it is fixed. There is no change with this. So we are getting the exact result accordingly. Fine. So this is all about the absolute referencing. Now we will go ahead with mixed referencing, right? So this is a multiplication table that you can see that in the columns we have the numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the row we have the values as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So basically how we need to do the calculation, we need to do 10 into 1, 10, 10 into 2, 20, 10 into 3, 30, 10 into 4, 40, 10 into 5, 50. So that this is how we need to do. Again, 40 into 4, it will be giving 160. Accordingly, 50 into 5 should give here 250. Okay. This is how we should move with this. This is how the result should come accordingly, right? Now, if I need to do here, so I need to do the simple multiplication. So I'll be doing 10 multiplied by this and I'll hit enter. So it has got me the value as 10. This is which is correct, right? So I'll just stretch it down. So it is giving me the value like this. And let's just go to the formula. So you can see it is taking C4, that is this into this. Again, taking this like C5 going down to D4, that is this value it is taking. So C5 is 20 and this value is 10 into 1, that is 10. So 20 into 10 give us 200. So let's check, is it like that? Yes, it is like that. That's why the value is changing. So here we need to use the absolute referencing to check on, right? So if you can see here, we can see that C4 is multiplied with D3, right? D3 means this one, right? Now you can see that if you can see that everyone is getting from here, everyone is getting multiplied with 1, right? So now if we fix this, the issue should resolve, right? Let's check that. we are using function with F4, and now we'll hit enter. So it has got me 10, and clicking here, we have got the value accordingly. So now 10 into 1, 10, 20 into 1, 20, 30 into 1, 30, 40 into 1, 40, 50 into 1 to 50. So now let's just stretch it, and let's go to the values accordingly. So you can see here like the formulas accordingly. So now if you can see that is C4 is divided is multiplied with D3, that is 6. Now here if you are coming D4 like this is multiplying with D3 E, that is this is getting multiplied with this actually with 1 actually, but that shouldn't be done, right? So that is not the correct way of doing it. So we'll try to find out a better way of doing it. So for that we'll just go and here, and I'll just delete it all. Now here I need to do this is getting it's multiplied with this, right? So now if you can see here that D is common, D column is common, but it is the rows are getting changed. This is D4, this is D5, this is D6, this is D7, this is D8, right? So for this, I'll just try to fix the D column, right? So I'll do function F4. Okay, just a moment. Yes. Function F4 twice. Yes, thrice basically. So the D is fixed up here. So D is fixed up here. So 3 is changing. So this value, okay, this 1 should be fixed. Sorry. This value should get fixed. So this is D3, right? D3. So this value should fix. So D is staying constant, and 3 is actually 3 is changing. Like this is actually taking into constant, right? So C3 should stay constant. So here we will just go ahead and just change it down to this. Okay. Now coming down to here, if you can see that the C column is fixed, but this value 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that is actually changing. For this, if you are seeing, like for 10, if one you are seeing 10 into 1, 10 into 20 into 1, 30 into 1, 40 into 1, 50 into 1, right? So that is why this value is changing. Like if we are considering that C is fixed, but this row value is changing. C column is fixed, but the row value is changing. But if we are checking about this value is staying constant. That is, this row is fixed, but the columns are changing. That is D, E, F, G, H, like that, right? So I want to fix this C part for it. So how we'll be doing it? So we'll use function F4 price. So we have got this value, and we'll hit enter. Now we'll come down for this, and sorry, come down for this. Now we'll just take it for this with this. Just a minute. Okay, we have done this. Now we'll just stretch it. So we after stretching it, we have got the values accordingly. So you can see 10 into 1, 10, 10 into 2, 20, 10 into 3, 30, 10 into 4, 40, 10 into 5, 50. Like that, accordingly, 550 into 5, we are getting 250. So this is about the mixed reference. Why we are calling it mixed reference? Because here we are using both. We are it's not like we are either using the relative reference or the absolute reference. We are taking both. If you can go down to the formula like control tilt, so you can see that the formulas are getting changed. So here you can see the C is getting fixed, but the C means the column name is staying fixed, but the row is getting changed, like C4, C5, C4, here C5, here C6, C7, C8, like that it is moving, right? So we are getting the values this way. Hopefully, this is clear to you people, like how the values are getting changed. Now, coming down to here, you can see like also here, if you are saying about this one, D is D3, and then E3, F3, G3, H3. 3 is actually staying common, like the constant, but the columns are getting changed accordingly, right? So the columns are changing accordingly. So here we are getting the values like this. Now we are checking for the values. Okay. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. Now if we are going down here, we can see the values like this. So this is a part of mixed reference where we are using both relative reference and also the absolute reference. Okay. So now we will go ahead with index and match function. So what is index and match function? So index match is a combination of two Excel functions we are using together to search for a value and return a relative result from another location. Okay. So let's just zoom it in. Yes. Index and index match function. Right? So why index match is used? It is actually used to find the data accurately, to look up the values in any of the direction. Maybe the direction is anything. We want to get it accordingly. In that case, we want to find it, right? So as I mentioned, like index and match are two different functions of Excel, and we are trying to use it together. So index first, we will be understanding about index function. So what is index function? So index function actually returns a value from a range based on the row number, or we can say about the column number, right? So like how it is taking, so like it's like giving us or knowing us the position, like it's like telling us which this value is present in which position. Okay, for that we are basically using index, and match function is basically to find the position. Match is basically find the position, and index function is basically to pick up the position. Specifically, if I need to tell, pick up the position. Like the if I need to understand about the key characteristics of index, so it like does not search actually. It works with the position and returns the actual value. Like suppose I want to get the value for this position, like for this position like F2, right? So what is it is blank. So it will return me blank. So that is the index function. And match function is will find the position. So it will search for the value, return the number of the position, and will not return the value that we are asking. So it will check for the value, and based on the value, it will give me the position. Okay, let's just take it. Like here, you can see that we have the data set that contains the roll number, the name, the subject, and the marks, right? So we have the roll number 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, and the names we have as Rahul, Anita, Aman, Neha, Pooja, with subjects being maths, English, science, with marks being 85, 92, 78, 88, 95, right? So all of these marks we are getting. So now we are trying to find out the match function. So as I told, match function is for finding out the position. So I want to find where is Anita in the name column. Where is Anita in the name column, right? So I'll just use control tilt. So I have used control tilt. Now you can see I have used equal to match function. The value I have taken in. So the value is Anita. So where is Anita? Here is Anita, and B2 to B6 from where I'll get this value in the name column. So I have taken the range, total range, and I have put the value to 0. Okay. So why I have put this value 0, or if we are writing false. So for 0 or false, that is, I want the exact match, not the like somewhat relative match. I don't want. I want the exact match, the value match basically. Anita, this value match I need. That's why I am taking this like that. Okay. Hopefully, this is understandable by you people, what I am trying to say. So, this is how we are trying and finding this match. Like we are using this match function to get the values accordingly. Okay. So, basically, if I need to mention you, so this is my data. So, now here is like B2 to B6 is the range where I'll get the value. My value here is Anita because the question that has been asked, where is Anita in the name column? This is what I need to find. The name column is there, so I have the name column. So I'll just take the range of the name column, and accordingly I will get the result accordingly. So let's check the result. So I have got the value or the like the position to be 2. So this would be Rahul is position 1 and Anita is position 2, right? So now suppose I want to find the same way, I want to find the position of like the position of Rahul, right? So I'll just, what I'll be doing, let's just take it like this. Yes. So here I'll be taking equal to, I'll use match, right? So tab. Now what would be my value? My value is Rahul. I have taken the value Rahul. Now I want to take the range where I'll get Rahul. So this is my range where I'll get Rahul. So I have selected it. Now I'll go for 0 because if you can see here, it has given me exact match greater than, and I guess the value I have less than value we have got. So we will just check it and we'll hit enter. Okay, okay. Sorry, I have taken the value range like the formula. That's why it is taking like this. So it is giving me the value as 1. So let's check the position for Rahul. The position of Rahul is 1. Okay, so this is all about the match function. Now going down about the index function. So index function, if you can see here, index function give me the name at position 2, right? So here the question is, where is Anita in the name column? So match function actually gives us the position point where I get this specific value. The value here is Anita. And here for index function, we are trying to get the position, like based on the position, I want to get the value. Okay. So it's telling me, give me the name at position 2. So I am trying to find the value, like get the value based on the position. So let's just check for the formula here. We have used the index function. So we have taken the index function accordingly. So this B2 to B6 is the list of the Excel that we are choosing here, that is coming down where from which position I want to get it, right? So this like where I'll get the value from, and this position is about which position, right? So because here are many columns, so we'll just take it from here to here and we'll mention the position. So after taking it, we have got the value as Anita, right? Let's just take it in other way around. Let's just take it with index. Now what I want to get the array, like where I'll get it. So if I want, suppose the roll number, we have taken it. Now I want to get the position. Suppose fifth position. So let's close it and hit enter. We have got the value as 105 because this is the fifth position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth position, right? So this is the index function. This is how the index function actually works. Now we want to use match plus index together. Okay. So I want to find the marks of Anita. Okay. So going down to formula, you can see here, first we have used index. So here, this is the big idea altogether. So here, my data set will contain the name basically, not the roll number, the name and the marks table, right? Like marks column altogether. Okay. First, I want have match. First, think about the match because I need to get the marks of Anita. So based on that, I have take Anita, and where I'll get Anita, I'll be getting in this name column, and I want the exact match, right? And with that, I have used the index. So what index, like in index, it will give? It will give me the value from the marks position, like the marks column at position 2. Okay, because the position for Anita we are getting as 2. So that's why we had to take it in this way. Got it? So we can do it separately also. Like if I need to do it, I'll first go ahead and do equal to match. I want to find out like in which position Anita is. So for this, what I'll be doing, I'll be taking the value as Anita, and then I'll take the range, and then I'll put 0, and I'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Okay, what happened? Is it not taking? Let's check. No, not taking. Let's just a moment. Equal to match. Okay. Now I want to take Anita. Now I want the lookup. This is my array. And now 0. Okay, why it is not taking? Just a moment. Okay. This is taking, but why is not this? Let's take it. Match. Yes, we have taken. Now I want to take Anita. Anita. We have, okay, Anita, Anita, yes. Uh, Closing it. Now I'll take the range from B2 to B6, right? Now I'll go down, use 0, close the bracket, hit enter. Uh, I don't know what's the issue. But it is taking, right? You can see the formula is correct. There is no issue with the formula. So while we are okay, I have taken it to the formula range. Really sorry for this. I have taken it down to the formula range. That's why. Okay, let's just write it again. Anita. Next, I want to take it from B2 to B6. Now 0, hitting enter. So let's just take it to the value range. So we have got the position as 2. Now I need to use the index one. So for index, what I'll be using, the same way I'll be using index. So I want index, INDEX, index. Why it is not taking? Just a moment. Yeah, it has taken. Now I want to find the range because I need to find the marks because it tells find the marks of Anita. So I'll just use it and I'll just take the position to be 2 and I'll hit enter, right? So I have got the marks of as 92. So separately also we can do, but we want to do it together. That's why we have used match plus index together, right? So if we are taking to the formula again, you have seen that we have used the same way around because in place of position, we have just used this. Like here, you can see that we have used the position as 2, the value that we have got from here, we have inserted here. So in place of this value, we have just included this formula, right? So this is how we have got the match index together to get the result accurately. Okay. So now going down about find the subject of roll number 104. So this is 104 and how we have taken it. Again, we have taken this index and match. So for match, we want to find out the subject for roll number 104. So we need to find out the match basically, that is where is 104, the position of 104, and in the position, like what is the position we are getting, that we are putting in the index with the range of subject, right? So we have put it and accordingly got the result as well as English. Okay, so 104, the subject is English. Now coming down to here, so here we have taken a like any value, like random value we have taken. Like this value, suppose we have taken randomly from here, Puja, and I have just taken Puja here in this cell so that we I just want to see if it is able to read it or not, right? So I have checked here about index and I want to get the marks of puja accordingly, and here we have taken the index as D2. So D2 means this we have taken accordingly this value specifically, like D2 to sorry D2 to D6. So this value we have taken it accordingly because we need to find out the marks. Now in match we have checked this puja, this K4 in this range, this name range, and if it is getting, then we are getting 0, and accurately we are like in place of value initially we are taking here. If we are going down here, you can see we have got the values, but here we have not taken the value, but here we have stored the value in some other place and taken the taken the name of the cell in where we have stored the value and accordingly taken the range from here. Okay, the same thing, and we have got the marks of puja as 95. So this is all about index match function, how we can use the index function separately, how we can use the match function separately, and how together we can use the index match function. Okay, so this is all about cell referencing and the index match function. These functions and cell referencing are of very much use when we will be going out further. So this is a very important part that we have discussed now. Okay, now going down to handling missing values. Okay, okay, fine. So now you can see this is my raw data. This is the raw data that I have got. So if you can see here that I have the EMP ID, that is the employee ID. Next, I have the name of the employee. Then I have the department in which the employees are working. Then I have the joining date. Then I have the monthly salary. Then I have the units sold and the region, right? All of this I am having here. So now you can see here that the values are from E1.1 going down to E1.8. So how we can check that this is the values that we are getting up here. So we can see that for if we are like clicking the drop down, we can select that all of those values we are getting, right? So here there is no empty value that we are getting. But here, since the data set is small, we can see that here is an empty value, here is also an empty value. But suppose if my data set is like way too lengthy, I am unable to see it accordingly. Like, is there any blank available or not, right? So I'll just go here and you can see there is blanks, right? So I'll just uncheck all and only check blank and will click OK. So here you can see that for name we have got two blanks, right? So again I'll check for all and hit OK. So we'll get accordingly. So we have got two blanks. Here for department we can't see any blank. For joining date we can see one and two blanks again. Another way we have the monthly sales. Here also we have got the two blanks. Similarly, here also you'll get this blank cell. So just unchecking all and checking for blank and going down, you can also check there are two blanks, right? Now for units sold also we have got two blanks, and for region also we have got two blanks. So for this we will be just seeing how we can identify and detect the like blank cell in the data set. Also how we can treat the blank cell, like handle the blank cell. Okay, handle the missing value basically. Okay. Now coming down here, I have just copy pasted the same data here, and now, if I need to just find out like how many blank cells are getting, like what in which areas I am getting the blank cell, I'll select the table, will press Control G, and now we'll go down to specials, and here specials will add blanks, and we'll click OK. So you can see all the blank cells has been selected, right? So this is how you can get like how the blank cells, like where in which locations my blank cells are, right? So this is the way you can do it. Now coming down, if you need the count of the blank cells accordingly for each of the column, how you can do it. So EMP ID, like employee ID is the name of the column. Now I want the like how many, what is the count of blank. So I'll use the function count blank, and I'll check for the entire table, like the range of the table, right? For EMP ID, that is from here going down to here. Okay. So here it will be giving me the count. So here there is no blank, so it is giving me 0. Same I'll be doing with all of the columns. So here I can see for name I have got two blanks. For department there is 0 blanks. There for joining date I have got two blanks. For monthly salary I have also got two blanks. For unit sold column I have got two blanks. For region I have got two blanks. So the total number of blanks that we are getting, that is 10. Okay, so the total number of blanks that we are getting, that is 10. So now we need to just figure out, like we need to first, after finding out the number of blanks, we need to understand the data. What is our data? And this is how we have identified and detected all of the blank cells that my data set actually has, right? So once we have detected this, now is my task to fill my blank places, like handling the missing values. Because if I am trying to just go ahead with this data, my result will not come accurate, right? Either I can remove the rows, that is one option. If not, like always, like you here you can see that there are eight records that we are getting, like eight records from here to here. We are getting eight records, and among them 10 values are missing. Okay, and in which cell basically we are getting the missing value? Here, 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 and here, and also here, right? So we have got eight records, and among these eight records, if I need to remove five five records, just because the values there are missing values, then I'll be only left with four records with my data, right? So with that four records, what I'll be doing? Like I have deleted around 50% of the data. So if that is not only the option to take it, of course, deleting an option, deleting the unnecessary rows, that is, of course, an option. But suppose among this eight, we have got only one record, like one column or one row specifically, that has got one or two missing value. So I can just delete this row. In that case, I have got rest seven columns, like rest seven records with me, right? But here we are getting five records, that is 50%, more than 50% of my data, around 60% or so, 60 to 65% of the data, we are just deleting it. That is not the option. So we need to find the way to handle this missing values, right? So before that, we need to understand the data accordingly. What is my data and how we had to take it accordingly, right? So we need to perform some of the necessary actions over it. So first, we have got the name column we have got. That is the categorical. So these are the columns where I have got the missing values and what is the type. So this is the columns with the missing type and the actions that I need to do. So in name, the name is a categorical column, right? Of course, there are categorical values. There is no numerical value, and I have got two blank values here, right? So I want to fill the blank value with unknown because the name we don't know. We can't put any of the random names here. So we'll just put the name, the blank spaces with unknown for the name column. Okay, so we'll just fill it with unknown. Now coming down to department. So here in department we have got no blank value. There is zero blank value. So there is nothing to do. There is no action that needs to be done. Coming down to join date. Join date we have got two blank values that are there in join date. Join date column we can see, right? So what we will be doing? We will be forward filling. Like if if I had to fill this data, I'll just fill it from this data will be copy pasted here. This data, like this is filled, so I'll just copy paste the above data and fill here, right? This is what I need to do for joining date because there is no specific date that is there. Coming down to monthly salary, that is a numeric data. So if we are like, there can be a outlier as well. So it can be a outlier possibly, so that we need to identify, and based on that, we need to just use the department wise median to fill out the values. Okay, so here we have the salary. These are the salaries. So we will be taking the department wise. This is the department is there is no missing value in department. So we'll take the department and we'll take it the department wise median value we will be taking, and we will be filling this monthly salary part. Okay. Next, we have unit sold. That is also the numeric value. Now, what we will be doing, we will be just taking it accordingly, and we will be filling it with the department wise average value. Okay, because these values will be filled with the average value that will be coming down accordingly. Now next we have region. The region that is a categorical value, not a numerical value, so we'll fill it with mode value. Okay, we'll fill it with mode value. And then we have this EMP ID. So EMP ID, there is no missing value. There is zero missing value. So there is no action needed for that. So for monthly salary, two missing values are there. Unit sold, two missing values, and region, two missing values are there. So monthly salary will just fill the missing values with the median value, department-wise median value. For unit sold missing value, we will be just filling it with the average with the department wise average value we will be filling it up, and the region we will be filling it up with the mode value. Mode is the most frequent value that we are getting. Okay, by that way we will be filling it. Okay, now here you can see that we have done the action accordingly. So here we have got the values accordingly. So this are the green are the values, and this rust color that we have taken to get the values accordingly, right? So here here of course there is a missing value, so we have taken a support column for this. So I have given the name of the support column as name update. Okay, so we have taken name update. So what we are doing in name update, so we are giving the, like you can see the formula up here. So we are taking, like we are using the if function. So if I'll check with this value, so just a moment, let's check. So I'll check with this value. This value means this value specifically because there it will won't be taken. So we can also take this value. That will also work. No worries. I just want to take this value so that the things are accordingly put it together. So I want to take this value and I will be checking if that value is empty, like that cell is empty basically. So I'll put that to unknown. If that is unknown, like if that is filled, I'll just keep the original value to it. Right. So what I'll be checking for Rahul, if this cell, it contains Rahul, right? It is not empty. So it will return me this Rahul value only. No other value I want. I want the exact value that what is there inside the cell. That value only I want. In case if it is empty, in that case only that cell will be fill up with the text that is unknown. Okay. Now you can see here after we have performed, so we have got the value as Rahul, Anita, unknown because this is empty. So I have kept it so that you can just see it accordingly and accordingly get the result. So you can see that this is unknown. Next we have Suman, Neha, there, Aman, Pooja. For them we have got value, and for the EMP ID E108 we have got there is no value, that is blank. So we have just filled it with unknown. Okay, so this is clear to you, right? So this is how we have handled the name column accordingly. Now we have got the department column. That is fine. There is no issue with that. Now coming down to joining date, right? So joining date again we have got two missing values. So we will be seeing how we have done that. So we have just taken the value from here the same way we have checked, like we have used the if function. So if D2 like the value we have taken, if this value specifically, if this value we will be checking, if this value is empty, then we will be filling it up with like the this value only, like if this value we are taking, right? So we will be filling it up with D1, this this D2 value, like D1, the above cell value, and accordingly the next one we will be taking as it is, right? If that is not the case, it will give me the exact value. Like since this is blank, it is like that, right? So what I'll be taking, if this value we are taking, now in that case, here the value that I have got, there is blank. I have just copy pasted the above and I have just filled it. So I am checking if this cell is blank. In that case, I will be just getting the result from the above cell and I'll fill it. That is called the forward filling. And accordingly, if that is not empty, like that cell is not blank, there is any value that is there, so I'll just keep that value as it is. There is no action that needs to be done in that case. Okay. So this is how I have filled the joining date part. Hopefully that is clear to you. So this is the way we have filled up the joining date portion that we have got. And accordingly, we have checked for it, each of this one, so that we get it accordingly, right? Now we have this monthly salary, because what we are doing here, we are trying to find out the median, and in case of median, we are trying to get it. So we are using the if this first we need to find out, because this operation needs to be taken only for the blanks, right? So we are checking first for the blanks. So where only we will be getting the blanks, there we will be using the median, and median with if, like we are taking this with C2, like we have just taken the absolute value that is equal to C2, and we are taking it with this department wise value we are taking. So you can see here, like going here. So for this with this is how the values are taken. Okay. So this is about the joining date, like sorry, the monthly salary update. So the whatever the missing values we are getting, that we are filling with the median value. Okay. Similarly, going down for the unit values. So similarly here, there we have used the median, here we have used the average. Okay, so here we have used the average. Now coming down to the region, so we are taking the mode value here. So what basically we are doing up here, so we are using first if G2 equal to like the empty, is it empty or not? That we are checking. Like if yes, then we must fill it. If that is not empty, then we'll keep the original value as it is, right? Next, if it is not empty, if we are getting any of the value, so we are keeping it as it is. If that is empty, we need to find the most common region, right? Like the mode value we need to find. So for that, we are using this match. So you can see this match we are using. So match, like we are thinking like because mode is basically working on the numerical value. But if you can see here, these values are all the categorical values, right? So it won't work accordingly. So basically, you can think about north as one, south as two, east as three, west would be as four. Next, coming down when we will be getting north, that will be again one. If we are getting east, that will be again three. Like that, it will be getting segregated. So this Excel will convert word into numbers. Okay, because match gives us the position, right? As you know. So it is giving us like that. In this way, we are using the match function to just get it accordingly in this way. Now we have this where you can see this if you can see this if we are getting like here we are getting if G2 like this if basically this if basically. So if you are getting like if within if we are using match, so this Excel actually removes the empty cell and accordingly find it accordingly. Like it will be replaced with the mod value, right? So which number actually appears the most? Suppose in this range we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Again we are getting 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 are like 1 is coming down more frequently. So it will be filled with 1 because north is 1. So that's why it will be filled with north like that. Okay. And index is basically will give me the region in place of the position. As I told you, match is for position and index is for the value. So once we have got the position, based on the position, I want the value. So this value based on how we are getting, based on the mode we are getting, right? So based on the mode value. So we are checking the mode value and based on that we are getting it. Sorry, we will check it to G2, G2 and I'll hit enter. Okay, what happened to it? No worries with that. So we have taken the value here as well. So we have taken this value. So no worries with that to take it like the same. So we have taken it accordingly. So once we have taken it, once we have taken the values accordingly, we just need to just check it accordingly. Like if we have taken G2 index, we have taken the index, then we have used the mode. In mode, we have used if, okay, the if we have just misplaced somehow. Okay, just a moment. That's why it is getting the error specifically. Inside mode, we need to use if, and inside if, we need to take G2 to G9 basically. G2 to G9. This we need to take if G2 to G9, and we need to use this. Okay, sorry. This we need to use, and after that we have used the match with that will check for G2 to G9 and G2 to G9, that it will be checking, and we will get the absolute value, and after that it will give me the value. If that is not the case, in that case we will be getting the value as G2, right? So we'll hit enter. So we have got the values accordingly, right? So this is how I have updated the region. Okay, so this is how we need to update it. So now we have taken the values all together because the rows, this values we won't be requiring. So we have taken it accordingly. So we have got the EMP ID, we have got the name, we have got the department, we have got the joining date, we have got the salary, monthly salary, unit sold, and the region, right? So this is my entire data set. So I have taken another. I need to check if the data after all of this, if there is any data that is missing or not, right? If that data is missing or not, that I need to check. So for that, what I have checked, I have used if and or. If I have taken this value and check it if that is empty, if this 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 is empty, or if this is empty. All of this I have checked. If anyone I am getting empty, in that case I will be getting yes, else I'll get no. So after checking, we are getting all of it as no, right? So we are getting the values accordingly. So there is no issue with that we are not getting the data accurately or appropriately. So this is how we are handling the missing values. So for handling the missing values in Excel, we need to take it accordingly and we need to understand each and everything and what action we need to perform. Like here, as I have enlisted, based on the column name because the name is a categorical, so we'll fill it with unknown. Coming down to department, that there is no missing value, so we'll go down to no action. Coming down to joining date, there is a time series, specifically time series type of data type, so we'll just forward fill it. So of course, if you know that there is a value, suppose here this value, in this case, if this value is this, if we are forward filling, we will be getting this. In that case, we need to just take this data and fill it. Like this data and fill it. Like that, we need to first identify the data accordingly, and based on that, we need to check. Okay. So we need to check based on the data how the data is and in what way the data is coming, or else we need to find out any other way to do it. So for my data, I got this option to be best to forward fill it. So we have forward filled by data. Now we have this numeric, that is outlier. Like the outlier can be possible for this data. So we have just taken the department wise median value. Next, coming down to the unit sold, we have taken the numeric value, that is the numeric value actually. So we have just taken the department-wise average value of it. Next, we have the region. Region is the categorical value we are getting in the region column. So we are just filling it with mode, but we are in detail we are unable to use like singularly we are unable to use mode, because while we are using mode is exactly used for the like numerical values, right? For the numerical values it is being used. So we have just used that index and match, so that we get the position, also we get the value, so that in that way we are able to use the mode and also able to just get the categorical values accordingly. Okay, so by that we have used this, and finally we have used this checking the missing value like this. Okay, so this is how we need to handle the missing values. In the last session, I have already mentioned you how to identify the duplicate values. So let me tell you once again. Suppose let's just copy it, coming down to this, Control C, Control V. So suppose these are the values that we are getting the like the duplicates. So I'll just select this, go down conditional formatting and go down to duplicate values. So here we will get the duplicate values. Like you can see that here it has already highlighted my duplicate values. So by this way we can identify because EMP ID is the primary key up here in my data set. So I can check with this because primary key is like that, like for each of the cell I'll get the unique value, right? It won't be repeated. So based on this, if I am checking, so I am getting this, so I'll just check accordingly and I'll just delete it. Okay, so I'll just do control Z like that, right? So I'll delete it, so I'll get this data with me accordingly. Fine. This is how you need to handle the missing values. Remove the duplicates like this. And after all of it, you'll get this data with you that is working. Now you can do some of the processing over the data, like processing in the sense like feature engineering basically. So you can extract some of the parts from the data. Like suppose you can do some of the major stuff like you can enter, okay, control V, control Z, like here, control V. Now I want to just take the month out of it. I want a column specifications. So here I'll be using, I want to get the day. Again, I will insert a column. I want the month accordingly because here you can see the years are same, that is of 2024 only. So I'll just take the day and the month for analysis purpose. So you'll be using text. Again, I'll get the value means this, and I'll just move it down to the format DDDD, close it, hit enter. We have got Monday, so I'll check for others as well. Okay, coming down to month, the same way I'll be using text formula, like the text function. Now the value, and now I want to get the format. That is MMMM. I'll hit enter. I'll get the values accordingly. Sorry. So I'll take it like that. Right? So we have got the values in this way. Now, if I want the monthly salary in a specific way, so I'll just go down, go to format cell, I'll go to custom, it is 45K, right? I want it in 45K format only. So I'll just choose it, control C, we'll choose this, we'll do this, okay, and we'll hit a comma, and I want to get the K value, and I want a single decimal place. So this is how I want my value. So I'll just put OK. So I'll get the value in this way. Okay. Now about unit sold, this is the unit sold we have got. So now after all of this, if you want to get like this is done, right? So you will just want to get the pivot chart to analyze it. So how you will be analyzing it? After this, you will copy the entire stuff. We'll go to insert, go to pivot table, we'll check for the range. Okay. So now I'll be using uh, department wise. I want the average salary, right? This is the total salary that I am getting, but I want the average salary. So I'll change it to average and we'll hit enter. So we have got the department-wise average salary. So I'll click it down here. We'll go to design. We'll go to grand total. I will off the rows and column like the grand total because that is not required. Now I'll go down to pivot chart analyzer. We'll go down here. We'll add a column chart up here. So here you'll be getting the column chart like this. Now this I don't want. I'll go down here, go to the data labels. So it has given me the data labels, and this is not required for me anymore, right? So this is how I can create the chart. So from here, of course, you can see like department wise, what is the average cell you can't understand, right? So because this is the data. Now, when I am going down here, I am easily figuring out that in the sales department, the average monthly salary is way too much, like is way more than HR and IT, right? So we have got this understanding from here, right? So this is the reason we need a proper identification. We need to get the data accordingly. Previously, let's just see from where we have started. So from here we have started, gone and down to here, and we are analyzing the data like this. So this would be my entire workflow to this. So I'll be getting the raw data when many in just like there might be many missing values, there might be many duplicate, many inconsistency in the data that I'll be getting. I need to fix my data accordingly. Once I have fixed my data, then I will get something like this. And once that is fixed, I'll just go down here and visualize the data. So once we have visualized the data, so I can draw some of the insights from this chart, right? So what is the insight? So the average monthly salary of sales is around 47.5K. For IT is 45K. For HR it is 30K. And we can say that for sales, the average monthly salary is higher among the three departments. Okay, these are the insights that we will be getting. Now coming down to another, so we'll just copy this one, paste this one. Now we will be changing it accordingly. So I'll want to change and want to see according day-wise units sold. Okay, so I'll put it here and I'll remove this field and I'll remove this field and I want to see the units sold. So here I am getting sum of units sold accordingly. So for Thursday there is no units sold. For Saturday there is no units sold. This is the sum basically. So if I want count, I'll just change it to count and I'll get it. So on Sunday, the count of units sold is 2. On Monday, the products that we are getting sold, that is 3. For Wednesday, it is 1. For Thursday, it is 1. For Saturday, it is 1. So if you can see the data set, so for HR, we are getting the units sold to be 0, right? Here you can see that. Like let's just see accordingly. So first we have taken day-wise units sold, right? So what is the count of units sold? Like it is basically not the count. It should be taken to sum only because it is not the categorical value that we are taking. So let's just change it to sum because unit sold is exactly the price. So on Sunday, what is the amount it has sold? On Monday, what is the amount it has sold? Wednesday, what is the amount it has sold? That we are getting. So for this, you need to very basically understand the data and accordingly take a look about the data each and every time. Okay. So this is how we are getting like this. So this is my analysis. Now I'll just draw a chart over here. So let's take a column chart. So I'll take it like this, remove it, remove it, removing all of it. And here we are getting, I want the data label. So that is fine. And I want to delete it, right? So here we are getting the data label. So we are getting the exact sum. So here we can do some of the formatting as well. Here we can go down, go to the format cell. Here we want it uh, in some specific way. So I want it in this way. Or if I don't want case, I'll want it in this way. So I'll put it like this. So it will give me the currency accordingly because it is the sum of units sold. So let's take it. Okay, it is the number basically, not the value. Units sold. So how many products it has sold? So it shouldn't be like this. So it will be removed format cell and I want it in this way. I don't want this. So I want it this way, so it will work. So I'll go it in this way, right? So how many, what is the sum of units sold we are getting? So units sold is numbers basically. It is not the value or the price. So we are getting it like that. So what is the unit it has been sold? So that is in this way we have to take it. So this is how we need to analyze it. So once we have analyzed it, we need to put it in the dashboard so that it is clearly visible and we can get the data accordingly. So this is how you need to handle the data about missing values and if there is any duplicate and you can do any of the like here as I have segregated the month and the day so that we can get the things clearly and easily we have segregated date, month accordingly so that we can get a better insight. So we can do it likewise, right? Also, if there is anything that we need to do, we can also do it. Like here, suppose we can insert one column, and here we can take the value as if we are taking in that case in case if we are taking the range from here to here or let's just take it in this way, if this value is greater than 120, then we will be giving the value giving the result as uh, good, else we will give the value is poor, right? So we'll hit enter and accordingly we'll check. So we have got the values accordingly, good, poor, good, like that. We have got the result. So now if I want to take it based on the month, based on the any of the specific department, like how many good or how many poor, like that, or based on we want to take it we can take it based on the monthly salary, that we can also do. Like let us do that. Control C, Control V, because we don't know how the data is. We need to take it accordingly. So we'll take it here. The day we will be removing, and here we will be removing it off. Here it is not showing, so he'll go down here and we'll refresh. Okay, okay, we have created it, so it is not taking. Units sold, we have already taken it from here, so it's not taking this way. So we'll just include it up here and go down to here, insert table. Okay. Now here you can see, okay, we haven't given the name, any specific name to it. So that's why it is not taking. So we'll give a name as category. Okay. Now coming down here, basically here, if we are checking and now we are going here and refresh, so you can see that the category has came up here. So we'll check for category in the row and the monthly salary here. So you can see the sum of monthly salary for good we are getting like this and poor to be like this, right? So if I need to just visualize it, I'll go here and I'll go here. So we have got the values like this. Okay, so this is all about how we had to just do the feature engineering over here. Like we can include a new column that will give us the values accurately, and that will actually help me to get my analysis done accurately. Okay. So I guess hope you all have understood whatever we have discussed in today's session. We have taken a small data set so that things can be easily taken and understandable by you people in the long run. Next, in the next session, we'll just go here, we'll again come down in the session and we'll try to make a better analysis from a data that we will be taking down, and we will be seeing how better analysis we can take. Okay. So hopefully things are clear to you. So we can wrap up the session for today. We'll connect in the next session with you and accordingly we'll go forward. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining today's session. Bye everyone. Bye. Good night.